Now available in paperback and Kindle Unlimited. Isis, All That Glitters. The goddess next door takes on a bikini-clad bank robber in this action-packed all-new Isis series adventure. Get Isis, All That Glitters in paperback and Kindle Unlimited today. This is the third in a series of videos that a viewer requested regarding IG models. Now in this video, the viewer is asking what the rating scale is 1 through 10 as related to the IG models wmarieee, Stephg, and saiiyansam, and this request is one that I just find to be quite troubling because when it comes to IG models, once again, IG models rating for me is 0 overall, and it's 0 because these women are basically residents of Bus Downtown. And they're residents of Bus Downtown because they basically lowered their social marketplace value by lowering their intangibles of character, by compromising their dignity to go out here and seek attention online, by posting up pictures of themselves provocatively on social media in order to get likes, clicks, and views. And the reason why they want those likes, clicks, and views is because these women basically don't like themselves. And since they don't like themselves, they go out here looking to try to get likes from men in order to bluster their low self-esteem. And as they look to bluster their low self-esteem, they go on social media putting on these skimpy clothes, and putting on these skimpy clothes, or sometimes trying to see what type of nudity that they can get away with as they look to tease thirsty simps, into paying them attention online. And as they look to get thirsty simps to pay them attention online, what they do is take these pictures, and sadly what the viewer does is go out here and get into these models, gets into these models, not understanding these models are, again, a waste of your time. Again, a waste of your time as a man. Again, as a man, you should be focused on your purpose, as a man, focused on the direction you want to take your life as a man, because any direction you take with looking at pictures of these women, again, takes you in a downward direction, because I don't rate any of these women at all as anybody I would see as somebody who would be a 10 in my eyes. No, these women in and of themselves are not women I would even consider looking at, and I would urge the viewer to not waste their time, again, thinking about rating these kinds of women, because these women, if they're online, they are basically, again, online to get you, to keep you off your purpose, off your direction, off your way you want to go. And when it comes to IG models, these, again, are not women I spend my time checking for. No, I don't even pay attention to these women because I've got more important things to do, like go out here and run the SJS Direct Imprint, go out here and try to obligate viewer requests to send me request videos. And again, with this type of request, I find it to be quite troubling. But the whole thing is, I use it as an opportunity to try to educate this young brother as related to his time, because he's sitting up here at 6:35 in the morning here on the East Coast, 6:35 in the morning, sending me requests to talk about these IG models. And that's really showing me, brother, you're not really using your time productively. No, you have this World Wide Web with all this information. You have this World Wide Web with all this information out here, and the greatest tool technology ever produced, and you're using it to go out here and check out some busted females who basically have already, as I see it, are on the road to being run through and being on the road to heading to the adult film industry. And again, these women basically, they don't have any looks to me that impress me at all. Stephg is basically just a Dominican Ice Spice, as I see it, just a repackaging of Ice Spice that was basically made by the music industry. Saiiyansam is just, again, below average at best. I mean, again, there were some Puerto Rican chicks and Latina chicks in my old South Bronx neighborhood who blow the doors off this chick. And when it comes to wmarieee, she's just wmarieee to me. Again, another average at best chick who, once you take the makeup off, possibly looks like one of these goblins. And all three of these women, basically, again, once you take the makeup off, they're possibly looking like goblins all around. And again, not worth the time to even think about as related to things, because, again, in the real world, you could do better as related to, again, seeing women who are of higher quality. Again, there are just much better women out here that you don't need to even sit down and even think about these kind of chicks. No, you don't have to think about these kind of chicks. They're just not even worth the time to even take a minute to look at. Now, I have an IG, and I use my IG mainly for going out here and promoting my books, and I use my IG to drop pictures of action figures here and there, or pictures of stuff that's related to my personal life. And things like getting haircuts. I like to take pictures of my haircuts and post them on IG. But I'm not going to spend my time on IG comparing these kinds of models, because a lot of times we'll sit there and think, oh, we're going to take a look at these models. But a lot of these models ain't what we think they are. Again, these are not even models anyway at all. I talked about this in the previous video, where I talked about Spinsterella Goth Girl Summer and Matilda's journey as a goth model, and talked about how the real modeling world works. The real modeling world works like this. Again, you basically go out here and get an agent, and the agent books you on gigs. And if you don't have an agent, you're not a real model. No, you're just a wannabe working little jobs here and there, which are basically going to pay anywhere from $300 to maybe $1,500 a month if you are a model. But these chicks are not models, because they're looking to get their money through the PayPal or the Cash App or other things like Chime. They're looking to get a payday from the cyber simps, and only a cyber simp is going to go online looking to, again, compare these women when they're all zeros, when they're all bust downs, and again, not worth your time. Not worth your time, because, again, quality women basically are not online. No, I talk about this in Stop Simping in Cyberspace. Any woman of character is not online, and she's basically having her body preserved to be only shown to her man and to shown to her husband. She's basically only her husband is the one seeing her in that lingerie, or seeing her body out here like that. Only her husband is seeing her, and these other women who go out here and go to do these pictures on IG to tempt you to head over to their only sites. These women basically, again, are looking to get some money from you, and they don't respect you. Again, they don't see you as a person. They just see you as a transaction. And I tell men in Stop Simping in Cyberspace to avoid these kind of e-girls, because they're all zeros and -1 millions. I mean, -1 millions, and they basically leave your bank account in the negative zone. They leave your bank account in the negative zone, because as you're looking at pictures of them, they're basically, again, I'll repeat it once more, as I did in other videos, taking your money and then going out here giving it to another dude who is blowing their back out. And as he's taking your money and giving it to another dude and giving to him to blow her back out, you're sitting there again with the ashy dick and the extra dry balls at 6 o'clock in the morning, asking me what I think of a model, which is really sad. It's really sad. You're sitting up there asking me what I think of these models who are not models. No, they are not models at all. These are just, again, people who are wannabes, and wannabes who basically don't see that they're going nowhere until they hit 30 years old. And when they hit 30 years old, that's when they realize, hey, I don't have the looks anymore. I can't draw the likes and the views. And now, like the late Kevin Samuels, I do not agree with a lot of what he said, but I do agree with him at one point. This is where these women basically find themselves in a rut. They find themselves in a rut because now that they're older, they have nothing to offer any man but their backside. And basically, guys have basically seen the backside. Guys have blown out the backside, have had their fun. And now that they've had their fun and they're done, she's out here basically looking to try to get a job as a cashier at the local supermarket or working the counter at the Taco Bell, and basically sitting there at the Taco Bell wondering why, getting mad with her grill cooking as these other young girls are getting the attention she used to get. That is the final fate of these so-called models like wmarieee and Stephg and saiiyansam. Nobody gonna be saying much about these women in the next 5 to 10 years. Once they hit 30 or even 25, these women basically are done, and that's why they're online, because they have not much to offer a man in terms of values or character. And since they don't have much to offer a man as related to values or character, this is why they're online out here showing the only thing that they have to offer. And I would like to offer some advice to the viewer once again. You're too valuable to waste your time on stuff like this. God made you for a better purpose. God made you for a better purpose than to waste your time online looking at chicks like this. I mean, you're wasting time out of your life you're not going to be able to get back. I mean, if you're up at 6 o'clock in the morning watching IG pictures of women like this, there's a better use for your time. I mean, sometimes I would wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and that would be the time I would take to edit books. That would be time I would be taking to go out here and do research. That would be time I would be taking towards working towards further building my SJS Direct Imprint at the time, and working on other projects and cleaning stuff up, because I would have better focus and concentration. And with the morning out here, this is a time of great focus and concentration, and I'd like to see this brother go out here and focus on improving himself instead of wasting time out of his life on these so-called models who are not participating in model behavior at all. No, you can do better than looking at these women, and instead you could get quality women looking at you if you focus on your purpose and focus on a direction for your life, because watching these women basically going to take you nowhere and basically take you on a road to basically being like many of the cyber simps I talk about online. The cyber simps who basically sit there online all day looking at these women instead of seeing how they're basically making their future go on a road to nowhere. Now, this is the third of several videos that this viewer requested, and again, not the type of video I like to make. And if you want to request a video about any topic other than IG models, you can send a donation for a minimum of $15 to the PayPal or the Cash App by clicking the links in the description box. And if I know something about that subject, I will make that video for you. And if you want to pick up my book, Stop Simping in Cyberspace, to learn how to avoid women like this and why you should stay away from women like this, you can find that book on Amazon.com and other online booksellers like Draft to Digital, Google Play, Barnes & Noble, and big box retailers like Walmart and Target. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe. Better get the cool slow, y'all, because we're having us a barbecue. Now available in paperback and Kindle Unlimited, The Man Crisis. Learn why so many men are struggling to find their way in an increasingly gynocentric world in The Man Crisis. Get your copy of The Man Crisis in paperback and Kindle Unlimited today. Now available in paperback and Kindle, Stop Simping in Cyberspace. Learn how to avoid predatory females like Instagram models and e-girls in their virtual con games with Stop Simping in Cyberspace. Get your copy of Stop Simping in Cyberspace in paperback and Kindle today. Support Black-owned and Black-operated digital broadcast media. www.niceradionetwork.com. Nice Radio Network, broadcasting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.